Of the U.S. Conference of Mayors and also the National Governors Association on Homeland Security and Preparedness. And whenever we would meet around these issues of improving our capacity to identify these threats and to prevent them or to respond after an attack and to make our cities and states more resilient, we worked every day with the awareness that September 11th will not be the last attack on American soil where Americans will lose their lives. This is a new era of warfare. We're going to be dealing with this for the next 100 years. This is an opportunity now for us to re-examine those core capacities that we need to develop in our cities and our states, and hopefully an opportunity for Congress to understand that when they cut these grant programs, it has a real impact on first responders, on state police fusion centers, on our ability to piece together intelligence in local ways in partnership with the FBI. It is unlikely that even with a battlefield victory against ISIS, even if they were to be totally pushed out of the geography and the finances and the governmental apparatus that they control now over large parts of Iraq and Syria, there is still going to be an ongoing threat of extremism. You know, maybe it's Boko Haram, maybe it's another terrorist group. It's the nature of this stateless actor, ideologically based, radical jihadists that we will likely be dealing with in free society, in Western democracies, for many, many years to come. Defeating it will require more than just deploying military tools in smarter ways. It's going to require that we, with other like-minded people in the world, dial up our efforts at sustainable development, dial up what we do in terms of diplomacy. But ultimately, so much of this, it's not going to simply be deploying better military tools. The old way of thinking about military superiority in terms of technological and superiority and the numbers of troops we can put on the ground, that's less effective in this new era of warfare, where people believe that attacking soft targets with suicide bombers and suicide deaths is acceptable behavior. Baltimore suffered a setback this year, that's for sure. Prior to my being elected governor, every year we had more than 300 homicides, and people acted like that was just the way it always had to be. There are things that actually work to reduce violent crime. There are things that work to improve drug treatment, and hopefully Baltimore will get back on track. I believe she will. I wasn't able to make her immune to setbacks. On your question of what does this mean for comprehensive gun safety legislation, it's not only about Baltimore, it's about the illegal trafficking in guns. You won't find in New York City on their top 10 list of states from which illegal guns come and kill people, Maryland numbered. So look, every state has to do its part, every city is different, but it's hard sometimes to put a performance metric on prevention too.